it's the housewife, and I'm just like the man staring at the screen at work, just not wanting to do shit.
Yeah,
It's
true.
just like, can you gonna help me with this cooking?
Later, not right now. Next time.
Next time.
Yeah,
I hear that enough.
Can you gonna help me with this cooking? I can't cook.
Later, not right now. Next time.
Oh, God.
You're surrounded by people who just can't cook, and you're just like, why?
Like, why? Please, someone feed me. Rip. Okay. Mike, are you here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think it said BRB.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Can you hear me? God damn it. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Let's
Can you hear me now?
put it out.
Can you hear me now? Damn it.
Do. Yes, pizza, rip.
Can you hear me now? What is wrong with this thing? Oh my god.
Oh, hello. There you are.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What is wrong with this thing? Oh my gosh.
You were there for a second.
Stupid thing.
Who?
I heard him for a second there.
Yeah, he what? Like, oh, like in the past 30 seconds. He's just connecting and unconnecting. I think he's having issues, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know what to do. Hello? Damn it.
Last minute posters for just those events and stuff. Just tomorrow, I was thinking about doing a stream, but just from Mercy, but also sharing tips about it and showing, I guess, kind of how not to die and stuff. Because I feel quite a few people they don't think, or I guess haven't seen many tutorials on where you want to be, how you want to position yourself to best stay alive, and how to be more cautious about stuff. And I'm just that's probably easy to explain, and I can just advertise it as that, even if it's just me streaming and
Oh my gosh, this thing. Leroy Jenkins, what's up, buddy?
Fuck. So usually, I'm assuming mostly the fucking controller layout.
yeah.
But I changed my jump to be my jump is now L2 instead of X, and res is now X instead of L2, and then typical and the typical shit that people Mercies have, like the toggle guardian angel and that kind of shit is regular.
I feel What do you have
jumping? Res
the beam
is now
preference
X
thing?
instead of L2,
Like the,
and then like typical
beam is
and like
on
the
for
like the
me.
typical shit that
so
like
prefers beam target.
like Mercy's have.
No,
toggle
doesn't
guardian
prefer
angel and like that.
Yeah,
kind of shit.
just
Yeah,
like
I
her
feel like
yeah,
exactly.
Other people, but like
What
do you have?
jump?
Because there's so many. There's benefits to like both in their own way.
Typical,
But
yeah,
beam
and
on,
like the typical shit that like
prefers to just target and then go to that direction.
no,
Can save your life
toggle
sometimes.
guardian angel.
Yeah, just like flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people, but like
what do you have?
because there's so many. There's benefits to like both in their own way.
Typical, yeah, and like the typical shit that like
prefers to just target and then go to that direction. Can save your life
toggle
sometimes.
guardian angel.
Yeah, just like flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people, but like
what do you have?
because there's so many. There's benefits to like
the typical shit that like
prefers to just target and then go to that direction. Can save your life
toggle
sometimes.
guardian angel.
Yeah, just like flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people, but like
what do you have?
because there's so many. There's benefits to like
the typical shit that like
prefers to just target and then go to that direction. Can save your life
toggle
sometimes.
guardian angel.
Yeah, just like flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people, but like
what do you have?
because there's so many. There's benefits to like
the typical shit that like
prefers to just target and then go to that direction. Can save your life
toggle
sometimes.
guardian angel.
Yeah, just like flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people, but like
what do you have?
because there's so many. There's benefits to like
the typical shit that like
Stop the infinite loop of nonsense. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Okay. You guys still hear me?
yes.
Sorry, I was trying to test the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people, but like what do you
You guys still hear me? Okay. Whenever you guys are ready, we can start.
I'm good.
And then, whenever you have to leave, that's fine.
All right, sweet.
And I could hear your conversation when we came on, and you're like, you're fighting with your boyfriend or whatever. If you don't want to do this, it's fine.
Oh, like no, it's
Not
all
a big
fine.
deal.
It's just like it's even awkwarder than you think. Yeah, I was streaming yesterday when he got home, and then we got in a fight
Rip.
while I was like in my stream because he got mad when I went back to my stream immediately instead of like listened and finished, and I didn't realize he was gonna keep talking, and like he'd had a really bad like day, so he got really annoyed, and then we just got annoyed at each other, and it was just like the awkwardest thing. And it was on my Discord server at the same time, and then I was just like, this is great. But like
Oh
it was
my
late,
gosh.
so not many people were on, but I was like, that's I'm like great, and that made me feel worse during it, and I'm like, this is a clusterfuck.
Streaming IRL.
I'm so tired now because I've just had like the longest 2 days of just
Aww.
everything.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, that's all good. I'm going out clubbing. I'm gonna drink, so it's all good. I'll probably forget about it.
Yep, exactly.
I'm learning self-medication at an early age.
Oh,
Well, I'm gonna become a wine mom. Like, I've decided my own fate.
oh wow.
Yes.
That happens.
Hey, at least it's not heroin. Like, you know.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
I know. Like, I love that like joke when you're a kid. You're like, at least I'm, at least I'm not doing heroin. If I'm just, getting high sometimes or whatever. It could be worse, mom.
It could be.
It could be worse. It's like, oh, you complain I jerk off too much, like in my bed, and that's why there's so many socks under my at least I'm not going out there to like strip clubs, paying for prostitutes. I mean, that's not an argument you probably make, but as a jokey argument, it is true.
Yeah.
Better.
It is.
The one is better than the other there.
Yeah, it's definitely an argument for when you're in your 30s and talking to your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 40s even, whatever. Oh, okay. Alright, so the show notes, I don't know if you guys looked at them, but they're pretty much like me talking, so you guys can stop me at any time. It's not like I have to finish what I'm saying. It's just they're notes for me to stay on track. I don't care if you guys want to talk over me. I'll stop. So yeah. So
Okie dokie.
it's pretty easy. Okay. Yep. Let's start the stream. We got how many? I can't tell how many people are. 4 people watching.
Nice. Wait, I'll let people know about it.
Dingo the dog, bisexual kitten, and Junior Robbo in the house.
Oh, I love bisexual kitten.
She's bomb.
And
I know, she was there for me. She was one of the people listening, and she's like, you all good? And I'm like, thank you. She checked on me the next morning, and she's like, are you good? And I'm like, yes, thank you so much.
You're like, fuck.
DJ Sirens in the house. I don't know how to even say that. Okay, we'll start it, and yeah, Nat, whenever you gotta go, it's totally fine.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Start recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overwatch Today is recorded in front of a live studio audience at youtube.com/Overwatch Today. Hello and welcome to Overwatch Today, the show that has no idea what it actually is, but it's all Overwatch. Of course, I'm your host that had his 15 minutes of fame ripped away from him, Mike, aka Big Fish. And here today are the ladies of Overwatch Instagram, M, Magic Mercy, and Nat, Weird Mercy. We can't forget about our 4th host, the live stream chat. So that is, what are you guys up to this evening? We had an interesting chat before before the show started. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Good.
Better that I'm here with Nat, though.
Yes, obviously, our love can finally be, work together. Yes.
Life couldn't be better.
Can be
So true.
voiced over audio for everyone to hear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So Nat was on the Fragging Out podcast. I think Kinder had more fun with you on the show than you did. How was that?
It was so fun. Honestly, I love Kinder. Kinder is hilarious, and we've become pretty good friends. But no, that podcast was all fun and games. It was just such a joke. I recommend you guys listen to it if you want to hear.
Did you
more
listen
about...
to it afterwards?
Yes, I did. I did. It was like, you have to listen to this. One of my favorite parts that he made me listen to was when we took a break. I didn't go on a break, but the Kinder and Kibby went on a break.
Yeah.
And I just kind of chilled and chatted with people in the chat, and it got pretty lewd, pretty 18 plus.
Oh my god.
It was hilarious. It was so funny, honestly.
It was pretty funny.
Good shit.
It literally clipped out every inappropriate or appropriate thing you said and put it in a 5-minute.
Yep, to some really cute music, and honestly, it was hilarious.
That was
it was
funny.
so fun. Petition to get me back on there. It was hilarious. It was so funny. It was so funny.
I'm sure I'll listen to this. So Kinder, Weird Mercy is ready for her call up to the big leagues again soon.
Yeah. I'm ready.
So, Em, how was your week? What did you do? Anything good?
My life is kind of uneventful, so it's honestly just mainly university, being confused about it, going home, not working on university stuff, working on account stuff, and then going to sleep, and then repeating that the entire week. And then the weekend, then I'm just like, let's shake it up a bit, or let's stream.
Yes.
Let's stream it. Let's not do work, let's just stream.
Yes.
But then I take about a quarter of the last day of the weekend to just think about how I've not done anything, feel bad about it, and how I want to change that. So that's my schedule. That's what it's been up to. That's what I've been up to.
And then go drink and then forget about it, and oops, you gotta do it all over again.
Absolutely.
And then you gotta do it all over again.
Actually, yeah, I'm being sponsored by Smirnoff. I'm actually drunk right now.
Yeah.
You're being sponsored by your sponsor that's waiting. He's in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So today we had a thing on the Blizzard floor. Just get right into it because nobody cares what I did. So
No, what did you do? How was your week? Come on.
My week is literally all on Instagram, so there's nothing. I don't do anything else. I work, I do Instagram. I come home, I do chores with my children, and then I repeat the cycle all over again. So that's what I do. And then I do the show. So
perfect.
That's it. So today, did you guys see the forum post that Jeff Kaplan had today? That was a mess.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, here, I'll copy the link into the Discord.
I think I heard about it today.
Really?
It was
I want to see it.
At 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, 6 hours ago, so it was 12 o'clock.
I was napping.
Anyway, so he pretty much like laid it down for, like, I don't know what is the deal, like, so we had the last developer update that was like, we won't talk about this very long because everybody and their brother will talk about it all day long and twice on Sunday. But I just want to make a point, like, there's something going on at Blizzard. Like, at first the developer update, like, scolding us like we're children, like, play nice or else we're gonna, like, turn off Overwatch. And then we get this letter from Jeff that says, like, okay, well, here's our team and here's what we do, and
like, we're done with your shit, guys.
Like,
wow.
Like, stop being fucking children, grow up, and stop trying to get us fired.
Like, basically, I think, because, like, you know, they can't satisfy everyone, and people who think that they have the ability to, or, like, should, like, change everything just for just one person, I think that's really silly. I can only imagine the kind of shit they get. You know, we've dealt with our own kind of stuff, and, like, I just can't imagine what kind of, like really rude, like, and personal garbage that they get from people over things that probably are even stupider. Like, they have reasons that they haven't applied certain changes, why they're thinking about this stuff. They're doing their best, and some people are probably super aggressive and super mean for like no good reason. And that's sad that they've had to say this and be like, guys, we're doing our best. You don't need to, like, you know, we're trying here. Stop, like, shoving everything down our throats and trying to, you know, tell us that we're not doing our jobs right or that we're failing because we're not. That's pretty crazy.
Like, the one line on here says, since the day we've launched, we've only increased our efforts and dedication. Overwatch is a 24/7, 365 days a year affair for us. Overwatch doesn't stop because it's 5 o'clock on a Friday evening. Overwatch doesn't stop because it's our kid's birthday. I mean, seriously, dude. Like, that's what you're going to throw in our face. Like, it's your kid's birthday and, like, you're like, you're not at their birthday party. Like, come on.
Wow, yeah, and I'm reading near the bottom, and they have literally been receiving emails from people, from their boss to their bosses, receiving emails from people demanding that they be fired.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? That's crazy. You know?
Jeez.
Yeah.
And, like, they're so right. They're like, if we post, we're talking about Mercy. Immediately, there's an expectation that she's going to be radically changed in the next patch. When the truth is, we might just leave her how she is for a while. We're not allowed to. Then they're not allowed to post that here, apparently, without their bosses. And, like, they're being like so straight up. They're just done. They really just are like, here's how we feel. And I'm just like, that's like, I can't believe people can be just so salty and sour. Like, well, I can believe that, to be honest.
Yeah,
but it's just like that. There's enough of them that it's become a natural issue. You know, there's always going to be salty people, but if that's a really small community of people, because the majority have their heads screwed on right, that shouldn't be a big issue. You know, because everyone knows that. But the fact the salt is so dense here, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
You know, for the community.
Yeah.
It's like I do it. I'm not doing it out of spite. I'm doing it because I make fun of things that they say because it's funny. You know, I don't do it because it's rude. I don't do it out of a place of meanness, you know. And then, like, I drew a lot of comparison from what this says to what happened to Overwatch Today. Like, this is the crap that happened to me. Like, literally, this is what was happening to me. Like, everyone in the community was, like, angry at me for some reason, and, like, half of them were taking it out on me, and the other half just didn't care, and it was like not really a good place. And this is, I can like relate in like a very small way, but it kind of seems rude of me to compare myself to this, but I mean this, but I'm just saying this is like where the community's at right now, and it's a really weird place.
Yeah.
And now we're having to scold people.
Yeah, when the game director has to just tell everyone to just stop being just such salty pieces of shit. That's
twice in a
twice,
row.
exactly twice, and I'm just like, wow, it blows your mind, really.
Well, like all I can, like, for me, I really realized how like salty Overwatch was getting, like, to itself, basically, when, like, it was before Doomfist came out, and like when Orisa came out, everyone was like, why isn't it Doomfist? Like like Terry Crews better be Doomfist. Like,
oh my goodness, yeah.
Just all of that. Like, it was,
yeah, like I was doing incredible. It because it was funny, but there were like literally like a lot of people that were really upset about it.
Yeah, there's a big difference between like being funny and, you know, like exploiting kind of that funniness, that it's just kind of like, you know, we all know Overwatch has, yeah, like, you know, we all know Overwatch is working on like 1,000 things. They're not working on one hero at a time. They've got like 26, 27, 28, all like,
there's always going to be things that they need to work on, but that's just natural. Everyone had, like, anytime you're working on such a big project, you're always going to have things that are going to need fixing, especially when you're adding so much and you're doing so much with the game. They made a really amazing game that has so many like bits and parts to it. Like, it's no wonder they're going to have little issues that occur now and then, but the fact that people just hold this expectation that they have to fulfill everyone's needs and that everything has to be perfect, but everyone's perfect is subjective too, so
yeah,
it's just like pretty crazy.
Literally just a mess.
Yeah, seriously. But like, that was the first time that I actually saw that, from being like people making, like, I mean, I made jokes about it too, and I feel like everyone was just kind of like, oh, because it's so overhyped, right? But then you see the people that are actually being malicious and, you know, being like, I'm honestly sending Overwatch a letter and telling them that they're fucking stupid, and like, I'd get DMs asking me like, when the fuck is Jeff bringing Doomfist out? I'm like, I don't know. Like, am I privy to this information? No. Like, and it doesn't really matter. Like, Overwatch, there's a ton of content that Overwatch has. Like, when they bring Doomfist out, like, good for them, but like, just relax.
Yeah, and they announced their reason for putting Orisa out before Doomfist. Orisa is supposed to be his main counter, and they wanted people to get used to Orisa before they introduced Doomfist. And I'm really glad Orisa was out there first, because Doomfist would be... He has his own counters ready, like others, like Farah, but I think Orisa was a really good choice to put out first before Doomfist.
Yeah,
it made dealing with Doomfist a lot better. And people complain like, "Oh, Doomfist is really OP." I'm like, they gave us a character, but we just chose not. None of us chose to main her. Like, you know, none of us chose to get really good at her. We really just overlooked her, and
like,
you know, and then yeah.
Well, it's also like, just having balance throughout. You know, the tanks. Like, the tanks only had, what, 4 or 5 heroes? And if they were to bring Doomfist before, I mean, the offense characters would be massive, and the tanks have basically no one. Like, it's... I mean, they have their reasons. I'm not saying that that's exactly what their reason was, but they have their reasons for bringing out, exactly like what you said, for bringing out Orisa before Doomfist, or, you know, launching Oasis before Doomfist came out. Like... we can't question everything that they do. They have their reasons behind it.
Like, they've thought about it like 3 times as much as anyone else could have.
Exactly.
They really have looked in. They know everything about the game. They've been working and making the game from the ground up. They know what they're doing. You know, they're doing their best call here, and it's just really, it's so rude and hurtful and disrespectful for people to just think that they can do their job better than they can.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a mess.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know where this is going. I mean, what is the logical, like, what is he trying to achieve? First, he's scalding us with the disciplinary stuff. Well, okay, so it's 3 in a row now. So technically, the first one, he was flaming the one guy for the 2000, or what was it, like 24th. How many was it? It was like a lot of reports this dude had against himself. right?
Oh yeah.
So that forum post came out. It was like 24. It was some ridiculous number, and then
really big.
Yeah, and then we had the developer update where he was like, "Hey, we got this reporting system, and everybody play nice, whatever, and you better stop telling us to do these things, or else we're not going to continue to make the game." It's like, what?
I think they also said that they're gonna make they're gonna be more lenient with banning and suspension.
Yeah.
Like when people get reported now, or as soon as they get more to work on that, or really think about it, because they're going to just make the punishments harsher.
Yeah.
And people need to watch out, because if they keep being this way, they're just going to punish us more. And in a way, we basically deserve that if our community can't even treat the people who have given us this community some respect.
Right.
I think.
I mean, what? I mean, what's the logical next step here? The next thing is BlizzCon, and that's supposed to be like a good time, and everybody's gonna have fun, and then that's gonna lead into Overwatch League. I mean, what is the goal by just continuously telling us that we're being bad children, essentially?
Yeah.
Like, what? What?
Because it's affecting their lives. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely think it's a really interesting way to go about it, but they've literally reached this point where they now are sending out a message about scolding us, because they're having too much trouble with too many people. It's definitely representing the community in a really poor way. And it's just really sad, if anything, that they feel like they have to scold us and tell us off, because a lot of people do deserve that, honestly. You get to be with the same kind of toxic people that they even talk about once in a while, and just imagine all those people, but they're going straight after them, their personal lives, their jobs, and everything. And that's like harassment. They're just trying to harass these employees who are doing their best over a game that they're working on. So I just feel bad for the developers and what they have to put up with.
Yeah, these people are working. Like, you're obviously a child that doesn't have a job, and you play video games all day. So knock the shit off.
Yeah.
It's true though. It's true.
It's the internet. We get it. Your anonymity is king on the internet, and you can say whatever you want to people and not feel bad about it and not have any repercussions, and you don't give a shit. We get it. Stop being that way.
Exactly. Grow up and understand that there's other people's lives out there. They have just as much meaning as yours, if not more, because at least they're not using their life to be a petty piece of shit. It's just really, really lame.
I don't know.
And it's just going to bite them back in the butt. If you keep doing this and being a really bad person, either A, you're finally going to get actually banned and your account will be completely removed. And then great, next time you come back, they'll still be able to find you when you keep being a toxic person and choose not to become a better person from that experience. And then you're going to get banned again. It's just start being a decent person. There's no reason to just be really salty fuck. You can have fun. Honestly, you can go around doing really silly things, but you don't need to be a really just very toxic person.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially toxic towards the developers, it's just even poor. That's really poor taste.
Rudeness. So so we'll move on before we become toxic and everything goes to hell.
Yeah.
So just want to give a quick shout out to Kinder from the Sagopod and Fragging Out and Spiky Dude in the chat. What's up? We just got done talking about the latest Jeff Kaplan forum post, who was apparently flaming everyone for being children. So we will move right along. So our discussion today, so we're going to discuss two things that everyone wants to know about: how to rank up in Season 6 and what the hell happened to Overwatch Today on Instagram. My whole story that I feel like telling now, because I don't think there's any way in hell that I'm getting the account back. So that's what's going on today.
Rip. Super rip. So sad.
Mega rip. Anyway, but it's fine. So first up, we'll talk up how to rank up in Season 6. As some of you know, every season I give a brief Overwatch competitive season update on how to rank up from a player and game perspective. So let me begin by qualifying my position. I'm a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum level player on 4 accounts on PC and PlayStation 4. And yes, my tips can get you into Grandmaster if you want them to, because in all accounts, it's a game with code and math and algorithm, which is also math. So, so you can give advice on how to rank up no matter what your level. You just have to understand how the game works. And by playing the game from the second day, I can definitely tell you how the game works, and don't give me any shit about it. So that's what's up. So this is not coaching. That's what's different. We also have Magic Mercy, who's a master level player on PC.
You are. Fuck
once you get there, you get the title. So it's not
exactly.
It even if you lose it, you still got it. It don't matter.
Exactly.
I guess, yes, I'll look at that season high and cry every night. It's so close, it's so far.
Fuck.
And Weird Mercy, who is you're a diamond player, right?
I'm a diamond player,
okay.
Yeah.
So on PS4. So between the three of us, we know we have some experience in all the levels of play. So let's start with the difference between console and PC, which everyone wants to know. It's a brief. I'm just going to talk about this for like a second, because this is like a way more messy discussion than I want to have. But here's the difference. The difference from skill level in comp is 1 rank, typically. For example, people that brag they're Grandmaster on console, you'd probably be in low Master or Diamond on PC. Not because pro players are in Grandmaster, but the competition is actually that much harder at the higher levels on PC. Console players are typically more casual and very chill at every level of play. Even though the higher you go up, the saltier they get. That's just anywhere. But I've found that even low levels on PC even have the most casual players taking the game super seriously. So please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I mean you're 100% correct.
People will yell at you like in like gold, bronze, and like silver on PC.
Yeah,
competitive. They'll take it really seriously, even though they're like not doing great themselves. They feel like they treat themselves like they're really really good, and then will shit on other players at the same low rank. It's pretty toxic.
So true. So true.
Yeah, and on PC it's way more like there's always that one guy in the match, no matter what. There's always that one guy that takes it way too seriously, no matter what the match is. On PlayStation, like, not all the time, because not all the time everybody's even talking on comms. So it's like...
So that's... Oh my god.
And even if they're not talking on comms on PC, you can still type to one another, so that makes it a lot different. So, like, I won't go on comms on PC because I don't feel like talking that much, because I usually play in the middle of the room, or the middle of the dining room. So I'll just type. I'll be like, hey, I'm listening to everything you're saying, so do shot caller or whatever, and I'll follow your lead. So I'll let them know that I'm listening. I mean, it's completely different. Anyway, so the easiest way to put my thoughts on Season 6 is this. Follow the trend of what other Overwatch players that are still very passionate about playing the game do. If you want to continue to play and rank up quickly, then you can on your current account. So start a new account. Last season I talked a lot about MMR and how to rank up. Even if you have a low MMR rating, this season follow the trend and reset your MMR by creating a new account, ranking up fast. So here's the trick. You can do your 25 levels in 2 ways. You can play every game in arcade mode. That'll give you a 0 MMR going into competitive. The only drawback to this is If you start losing, your MMR will instantly suffer. You can do it the best way by play your 25 levels, solo queue, and quick play. You cannot play with anybody else. Like, you have to solo queue. Because once you duo queue, like, your MMR gets totally fucked up. That's why when you go into competitive, you want to duo queue or triple queue. No more than that, because then it all gets messed up. But you can listen to the other podcast where I talk about ranking up. So, play your 25 levels, solo queue and quick play. Get as many games as you can under your belt. You don't have to win every game, but the trick is to always get as many medals you can, and at least one card every game. Play your 1 or 2 best heroes every map. Don't switch. So once you pick a hero, it's just like comp. So you pick a hero, don't switch, and that sets your MMR higher, no matter what, for whatever reason. Because if you start switching, it messes up your MMR. Because at the end of the game, you get medals, right? So if you switch, then your hero doesn't get any medals, right? So set your MMR the highest you can go. When you get into your placements, if you played your best, you will be placed with the group you should be playing with. So if you played your best games in solo queue, quick play, you will instantly be placed in whatever, like as soon as you play the first placement match, you'll be placed in whatever tier you're supposed to be playing in. So if you played all your games at Grandmaster level, you're instantly going to start playing with probably Master players or Grandmaster. Like, it's going to set you lower, and then you're going to play higher. Likewise, so an example is how Grandmaster players get to play in Bronze so they can wreck people in lower ranks and do the rank up challenge. So I'm not, like, encouraging people to do this, like, to, like, be mean to other people, like get into low ranks on purpose. I'm not promoting that, because that's BS. They literally just play terrible, almost throw games, but they don't throw games, they just don't play well. So while they get their 25 levels, or they just play all arcade, so they have 0 MMR. If you want to know about MMR and ranking up, know how that works, please listen to the rank up episode of the show. I think the MMR reset, new account stuff, is the reason that Season 6 seems out of whack in terms of meta. By meta, I mean what people consistently pick in their skill level. People are always confusing what meta means. Meta is not what the Grandmaster players are picking. Meta is what is happening at your level of play at a consistent basis. Unless you're talking about the pro meta, then that's a different meta. So you're talking about bronze meta, that's a different meta.
Exactly.
The last thing I would like to break down for everyone is how to rank up, or why you feel that some people are and you're not. Overwatch is a team-based first-person shooter. If you want to rank up higher than the gold you have, or whatever rank you are, if you want to rank up higher than what rank you are, do 2 things. Have good aim, even if you're playing Mercy, Winston, or Symmetra, and have good game space awareness. So you have to be able to play a first-person shooter if you want to rank up. Like, literally, you just have to be good at the game. It's not a joke. There's a lot to digest for Season 6. So, good luck. Have fun. If you have any questions, please hit me up in my Discord or message me at GameWatch Today on Instagram or Overwatch Today on Twitter. I'll be happy to talk with you more. So, that was a lot of information at once.
It's true. But all very important information.
So every season I try to go over what the current, like, people are doing as far as, like, competitive play. So, I don't know. That's just what I feel is happening this season. Like, people are just resetting their accounts. Like, that's why the meta is so messed up in all the levels of play. Like, there's no meta. Like, it's Junkrat is the meta, and then, like, everybody else pick what you want.
Fuck. Where's the line? Oh man, yeah, Junkrat.
Like
I,
literally.
I don't get them that often, but I get basically all DPS. Everyone's a DPS,
Yeah.
and I never have a tank. I'm
That's what
constantly
I've been
stuck
getting
with
too.
this. I feel like that's what this season is. It's just everyone's a DPS thing, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Well, because
playing
there's
healer.
so many DPS, exactly. I mean, that's why I became a healer main. One of the reasons is just you always get stuck with healing. If you're willing to switch, that's what you end up playing because everyone is already playing DPS. And tanks actually also really rare, but you can get away more with a tank without a tank than I think heals. So
Yeah, no, heals are pivotal.
basically, so it's like everyone's either a healer main because they enjoy it or because they actually ended up becoming that from flexing and having to fill that role. And then it's a ton of DPS, and then you're like, okay.
It's just
Honestly, I feel like on PS4, I have not gone into a comp game without a Junkrat.
Yeah.
Like as you said, it's always DPS, but it's like most of my games are like all DPS, me as Mercy, and a Junkrat.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah, Jankro's definitely used a lot more, but I think it might just be because not like I think the rank difference might be a thing that everyone just really likes playing like Genji and like people play Tracer quite a lot in my games for some reason. Even though we always need a hit scan and then no one wants to fill it when we have a really good Pharah on the other team. So yeah, I always got hit scans who actually can't hit anything. That's the problem too. You get so many DPS, but they can't damage stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're not getting kills, then you don't get to call yourself a DPS.
Exactly.
And then they won't.
It's true. Like if your Zarya has gold limbs, gold damage, like
when your Winston has gold damage, that's when you want to die.
Oh yeah.
That's when you're just ready to throw yourself off the cliff.
I play Diva just to get gold eliminations. I get gold eliminations like nobody else with Diva.
But when Winston has all these medals,
when Winston has damage, that's when you have to freak out.
That's when
his gun does no damage, basically.
Exactly. Like, what are the DPS doing in that case? Then you're in trouble.
They're just like shooting like the ground or something. And you're like, oh, I'm okay.
Like,
they're shooting shields. They're shooting shields. That's what they're doing. And as the shield is down, they die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once they've finally broken the shield, they're dead.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for playing. Go play Call of Duty.
Yeah, go play something else.
Go play Fortnite.
Well, why aren't you healing me? Because every time I'm out there, all the enemies are all alive because you can't pick any of them and you can't distract them by shooting at them. So they all focus me because they can afford to. Because you're not shooting at them, so I die when I'm trying to heal you.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
All right, thanks for nothing.
Triggered. We're triggered now. We're tilted.
Weird Mercy is tilted.
Yep.
Hashtag tilted. Yeah. And then when you do get a team so last night I had a team that was a 2-2-2 and I was like, oh shit, this is frightening because the other team I know is going to have all DPS and we're all going to die and I don't know what to do because I'm playing healer, so I'm like, okay, so I have like the other healer is Lucio. I know he's going to switch in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, when you have a second healer and then they switch because they just don't want to put up with that shit, or because DPS is lacking and they want to help out with DPS, and you somehow end up being like solo healing, and you're like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
That dog in the burning room is honestly every season of competitive in a different way. It's that.
Yeah, right now it's Junkrat, literally.
It's like Junkrat and all DPS, so you're just sitting there
fine.
like, it's fine. Like a healer main in the middle, this is fine.
That's basically how you play the game. You just play whatever hero, but you just walk around and you're like, it's fine. This is fine. This everyone's dead. This is fine. This is fine.
I pictured so the team is inside where it's not on fire, and the healer is actually in the fire. and the team is all like, this is fine.
It's fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's okay. Crash.
Rest in peace, season 6. And we wonder why the developers keep sending us hate messages.
Truth. Truth.
Yep. That's it. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much season 6 in a nutshell. There's a lot of other things we could talk about, but I mean, it's the only thing I can say about season 6, at least, it's not like as toxic as season 5. Season 5 was like, that was ridiculously, like, everybody was trolling one another.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of the season.
Oh my gosh.
It was really bad.
So, I don't know if less people are playing it now or what, but I don't know. It seems like it's almost as, like everybody's trying to be nice to one another. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh.
Like they're being nice to one another, but still not playing the game right. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, now you have to go, or
no? I'm still good. Waiting for my dad to call me, so I'm still good for now.
Okay. So that's season 6 in a nutshell. So, and Spiky Dude says Overwatch, #Overwatch is dying. Thanks, Spiky Dude.
Rip.
You're the best.
Rip.
Spiky Dude always comes through with the color commentary. So, that's it for the regular part of the show. If you want to end it here, throw your cell phone on the ground so you can stop the show now. Okay, so you're still here. So you want to know the story of Overwatch Today on Instagram? Well, here it is. Oh, did I mention, by the way, we're going all the way back to the beginning of time. So when God created the universe... No, I'm kidding. So Overwatch Today started the same time I started the podcast. And I broke my... Hold on. Okay. Started the same time I started the podcast. I created a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr page to go with the show to promote it and get it out there in the community. I started playing Overwatch the second day it was released on PlayStation 4. And then realized there was this whole community around it. I wanted to get into the community, but I had no idea what to do. So I started listening to the podcast of Omnic Lab and then High Noon Podcast. I decided to make my own podcast. As I had done it like 10 years ago, so I have no idea why I decided to do it again. I still can't tell you why. At first, it was about the lore of Overwatch, and the social media was just memes and jokes and other stuff to promote the show. Some I would make and some I would repost back when Instagram was really cool and fun. And I eventually got bored doing the podcast because it was just me and I had to make all my own content, so I tried other variations of the show with no more success. Meanwhile, the Instagram wasn't blowing up or anything yet, but it was growing slowly and I was having fun doing it. And I started the OWT fam, so OWT FAM pages, so Overwatch Today, other family pages. I met Croak and a lot of other people. So at this time, it was about October, when Instagram went full Facebook mode. They changed their storyline, they changed their search algorithms, and they pretty much messed it all up. I had a lot of trouble adapting to new under-the-hood changes, but I figured it out, and that's when I started blowing it up. So, side note, the real trick or secret to being good at social media, no matter what the platform you choose, is to always be on or always be active. Give people the impression that you're always there, even if they're not. So how to get good at social media? Well, try all the mediums, and the medium will pick you. I believe that one platform is the one for you. You can't force yourself to be awesome at YouTube or be a star on Facebook. You really have to get out there and see which one fits you best. So I had all these other accounts, but for whatever reason, Instagram stuck. Once I started getting bigger, I hit 10,000. I started the podcast again, about 50,000. think Croak and I started doing it together. I got about 25,000. That's when I started to lose control of the Instagram page. I felt that it was no longer my own page, and I had this sense of obligation to the community to do certain things. Reposting play the game videos, and then I started getting haters on like just specifically the play the game videos, so I stopped doing that. I was trying to find artists to promote the page to help get people's names out there that didn't have a voice. The best example, or the most famous one I found, was the Junkrat, Roadhog, and Lucio were crossing a log like the scene from The Lion King. It went totally viral. Even Play Overwatch featured it from the artist, not from me. But I felt like a sense of accomplishment, right? Because like I did that. Sometime before 100,000, I got a message from some account named Magic Mercy. At first, I was like, oh man, more montages someone wants me to look at. But they were persistent. I didn't know it was a she. Kept asking me to look at the videos and tell them how to make them better. And then, like the good Boy Scout I am, I respond to every message that I get. I would look at every one I was sent and give feedback. I don't know which one it was, but there was one, and I was like, wait a minute, this person is actually listening to my advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about and why they're listening to me. And then the videos got better. We formed a reposting alliance. Again, trying to promote others in the community. At about 100,000, I was humbled by the support, but I wanted to quit. The pressure was too big. I didn't know how to handle it. But Croc talked me down off the ledge. From there, I was really going to like shut it down. Sometime after that, I think Weird Mercy contacted me. It was like, I'm friends with Magic Mercy. At first, I thought I was getting played. So I confirmed with them that they were friends, and I started helping Nat improve her videos and her Instagram page too. So, side note, there were a lot of actual famous people that I talked to, or like people that were other influencers in the community. So just making a silly video game page. People thought I was Blizzard all the time, and I would have to tell them no, but they wouldn't believe me. I met Daniel Radcliffe's Harry Potter's cousin. I talked to him quite a bit.
Wow.
I met a famous motocross guy. I met a football player that played for the San Francisco 49ers backup squad. I met a few relatives of baseball players. I met the second richest kid in Dubai. He felt like he needed to tell me that. I also got to email O'Nickel and talk to him, which I still talk to him. I emailed Hammy from YouTube, and I emailed with him quite a few times. I messaged with Wow Cupcake, and Sniper Wolf followed me at the very end and messaged me back when I put her in my story. That was pretty cool. And then I got to know like just a lot of other really cool people, like the guy from Lupin Productions that's doing like Overwatch fan videos and stuff like that. They did the Mercy video, and they're currently working on another one. So, and just a lot of other really cool people. So a ton of regular people I got to know as friends from messages and stuff that luckily have found me again. So that's the only reason I'm still doing this. So here's where it gets ugly. About 125,000, I started getting called out for reposting things that weren't mine, and that I shouldn't do it, even though I was giving credit. I was getting crap from the community for being a hack, and a lot of hate was coming at me. I didn't care. I just kept doing what I was doing to keep my followers increasing. I thought the bigger I got, the less it would get. Well, no, it doesn't work like that. So I partnered with a small account for a PS4 giveaway that I shouldn't have, because it was a scam, and I totally got scammed into it. Then I reposted from an artist on Twitter. I didn't give him credit because I didn't think it was theirs, and it was kind of weird. But it was. and it was kind of just like I needed to post something real quick anyway, so I didn't even bother to check the post. I didn't care. I was just like posting random stuff at that point just to fill space, which was a mistake. The comments blew up and I didn't even know it, that it was X person's artwork and I needed to give credit or take it down. It got removed by the artist for copyright removal. Then I got my second copyright removal by some Instagrammer that was reposting her Overwatch gameplay. That made me really mad when she did that at the time, and I got really mad at her, which was wrong of me to do. And since then I've apologized. Then I posted about if people wanted to subscribe to my Patreon account. Well, it wasn't a matter of what I said. It was what I did, I guess. And one Instagram account that was totally like a hater on the community and pretty much and everything was totally flaming me for that and a bunch of other stuff. He was flaming me anyway. He had already started, and this was kind of like the culmination of that. And I got in a fight with him. That was a good time. And then a week later, one Friday in early September, I was on my account doing stuff all day, posting, feeling better about the haters. I did a live stream that had over 5,000 people watching. I logged off that afternoon and got back on about 10 p.m. to check up on things before I went to sleep, and it was disabled. Disabled due to a breach of terms of service. Now, a breach of terms of service can literally mean one of 10 different things, all of which can be disputed, but Instagram won't talk to anyone about it. Like, they say that you can dispute it, but they won't talk to you.
Well,
I assumed at first my account was hacked and somebody posted something like when I wasn't on, and then somebody like reported it, so I would get turned off. But they won't tell me what I did, and they won't tell me when I did it or what. They just tell me that I breached terms of service, and they keep telling me to read the terms of service. So I'm like, I read the terms of service. So I keep emailing this guy that emailed me, but I guess once he emailed me the terms of service, he closed the ticket. So that means every email that I send to him goes into his trash box. Like, he's not reading anything I'm sending him. So
seriously?
So I keep messaging Instagram through the help ticket thing, but nobody responds. Anyway, that's it. So I email and message Instagram once a day, but still have no replies. So at this point, I probably won't get it back. So I'm moving forward with my new account at Overwatch Today, learning from my mistakes and preparing to get even bigger than last time. That's it. That's Instagram in a nutshell, and the Overwatch community. That's the Overwatch community and Instagram community in a nutshell.
That's the nutshell.
Yep.
It's all a nutshell.
So,
I mean, you've done everything that you could do.
They're just like really shitty, and they don't actually help anyway. I don't think they care. They're pretty bad at like dealing and ever like helping people, as far as I've heard, like for anything.
Yeah, the terms of service literally says we can shut you down whenever we feel like it anyway. So suck it. I mean, it's like, what am I supposed to do then? I keep messaging them like, you have to tell me what I did wrong, so I don't do it again.
They honestly, I feel bad like they're saying this, but I don't think they're gonna help at all. Like, the thing is, they keep up shit that you don't expect them to keep up, and then they'll take down shit that doesn't even need to be taken down. Essentially,
Yep.
Exactly.
They're just doing their own shit, and that really sucks.
Exactly. So, what am I? Read the TOS. What am I supposed to read? Phoenix rises from the ashes. I did read the terms of service, Kinder. Get out of here, you nerd.
Multiple times.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do, so I just move on and move forward. I mean, it's, I guess, just a warning. Like, you get to that certain point. Like, for me, it was like, you get to that certain point, like, I was too involved, I think, in the Instagram. Like, there's a lot of people that have more followers than I did, and they're, like, a lot less involved. Like, they could give a shit less. And it's really, like, I just cared too much, I guess. So, I don't know. It was just Anyway, that's what happened. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Anyway, so... But, speaking of Instagrams, your guys' Instagrams are doing great. Right?
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. You got a new Overwatch confession thing. So is it for submissions or is it an actual confessions?
What?
You got a new confession thing up. Did you post that yesterday?
I don't know. I'm gonna check. Oh, I was gonna post another one tonight. I have more posts that were finished.
I played 30 hours with Orisa, and I just found out Orisa carries her supercharger on her back. Like,
It's true.
literally,
Like,
that's in
honestly,
one of her.
I have missed so many things. Like the longest time when playing Symmetra, I didn't even notice on her beam, it show, like on her gun, it will show like the beam strength, like what level 1, 2, or 3, and I never noticed that. I didn't notice. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I think that we all could easily confess about it.
Right?
Yeah.
As
good
a
shit.
Zarya main, I get mad when my team uses their ultimates when I use
Like-
my Graviton Surge.
What they meant, which I don't think we couldn't ask them. I think. Oh wait, we have their name, but I don't think we bothered to ask. Oh no, they did clarify they're in it. It's just when like multiple user ults at the exact same time, when it's just like a Graviton. Maybe them, let's say, having enough people that the Zarya and just shooting at it could have dealt with, but they choose to like pop all their ults with them. And they were just saying like they're guilty of like doing it too. Like when there's Zarya ults, you get excited, right? You want to pop your ult, you want to play the game. But like when everyone else at the same time and it's just like the ultimate base, like I think that's what they're referring to. And I've seen that happen quite a few times. I've done it too when I play DPS. You get excited, you just want to like pop your ult when you just see everyone in the bubble, and then they're all like dead before you could really utilize it, and you're like, oh, I didn't even need it.
Like by the time you say I've got you in my sights, it's already done.
Yeah, it's like the Genji's already ulted, D.Va's already self-destructed, and you're like, oh. Hanzo's already like, use Dragon Strike, everyone's dead.
Everybody's ulted. So, yeah, I played... Somebody convinced me to play Zarya in Season 2. So I played Zarya, and I was like... I used the Graviton Surge like 2 or 3 times, and nobody ulted when I did, so I was like, fuck this, I'm not playing this hero anymore, because there's nothing you can do. If nobody else ults, when you do, then it's like you're literally left there standing, shooting your beam into Reinhardt's shield, and that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, this feels bad, so I'm not playing this hero anymore.
Yeah, trying to get people to work with you. And everyone pops, like, if you ever play Zarya, I find everyone pops their ults before you use yours, and you're like, you know, you could have just comboed with me, right?
Yeah, I hate you guys so very, very
Like,
much.
It's like a good job, and they get no one. And whenever you have, and like it's right before you have grab, and they get no one with it or one person, and you're like, literally just wait, just to wait an extra like a minute, my friend.
Yeah.
It could have been all the glory for you. Why?
Nope.
Why?
When my team says they need a tank, I play Bastion. And that's like level 5 stuff. You don't do that. I'm level 220 and just recently found out that you can freeze Torbjorn's turret. I didn't know that. I don't play Mei enough to know that.
True. Yeah, I don't play Mei enough.
Nobody knows these things. Nobody
I never
plays
like
Mei
get
that
close
much.
enough to it.
Yeah, right.
It's always like really far at the back, and your team never wants to push it, so you don't like. There's not many chances you get to freeze it. I find.
Right, like how are you that close to the turret that is not shooting you in the face?
Yeah.
It probably like is, and then you die.
I used to think that Zenyatta's orb of discord could be deflected.
Oh, rip. Definitely not.
Okay. I was about level 30. I thought melee was a one-hit, one-kill no matter what.
because probably just used it to probably just finish off people, and then just thought, oh, it might just finish off people no matter how the health they have.
Right.
I feel like we've all made weird assumptions at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when the game came out, I think I thought that too. When I first started playing, I was like, wow, I can just punch people and they'll die.
Yeah. I think that's because in other games, in other FPS...
Yeah, either you carry over other kind of like mechanics that you had in other games and take them over to your own. A lot of people have like that mistake with stuff, or they don't realize stuff that, like what TF2, they had the payload healed you too. Like it gave a little bit of healing. And so I just assumed that, I guess, when I came into this game, or like when I finally noticed, I'm like, oh, makes sense. But I think when I had that confession first posted, so many people's minds were blown. Because they're never on the payload.
So true. No one is ever on the payload. Still don't know that.
And the thing is, and I love the ones that were from like people who played healers, like self-healers, like Lucio and Mercy, who are on the payload, but they don't even know the payload heals because they have self-healing mechanics already. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, you can't blame someone for like not really realizing that when like it's just so easy to mistake it.
Yeah.
Just let the payload be your healer. It's not a big deal.
No one. Yeah, if only they could stay on it.
Yeah, that they can. When I first played Bastion, I thought that once he turned into turret mode, he couldn't go back.
Oh.
No one, like a lot of people just don't read the hero like abilities or forget them. Because I have definitely forgotten certain things because I don't play a hero that often.
Mm-hmm.
I never shoot a tank's shields because I don't want them to get cards for most damage blocked.
And it's like, we could be just destroying the because it's like, it depends. Yeah, if it's Zarya's barrier, you don't want to shoot it. Do you want to kind of take it down?
Mm-hmm.
No, Kinder Master Chief is not in the game.
Rip.
Who would you like to see in a fight or cinematic short? Go.
Mercy.
Sorry.
What kind of... I mean, obviously.
Repeat that.
It's your post, your question of the day. Who would you like to see?
Who would I like to see a fight?
Anna versus Farah.
Torbjorn. Possibly Torbjorn. But without his turret. Like, I want him just whacking someone with a hammer. Straight up. Like, that's it. And maybe, I wonder who else.
McCree and Roadhog.
That'd be really awkward. Cool.
Oh, McCree. Ooh.
I want Battle Mercy.
Widow versus Anna, but we already saw that.
True.
Widowmaker won.
Rip.
Anna lost her eye.
I love Granny.
Yeah, who doesn't?
She's like, I love playing her so much. I love her voice lines. I love like her voice too, and how she like plays. She's a really cool character.
I wish I could actually play her and not suck constantly.
I find that the only times I end up playing her are times that like there's a flanker who always wants a healer dead, and I can never just survive, so I always switch to someone else so I can live. And I just want to play her, but I just never get these chances to. And then when you have Nano and you realize, you look at your team and no one's like, you can't really Nano anyone on your team.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. Like, because they all have abilities that you don't need to Nano them for, really. Like, you could, let's say, Nano a Diva, like a baby Diva, but yeah, when the mech explodes, but it's just, why? So
exactly.
So you're looking around and you're like, oh, I guess
right.
We have an issue.
Is there a Genji that I can deflect my Nano into myself? Like,
literally, just give me the Nano. Like, you should be like petition to get it so she can Nano herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll get another.
You're powered up. Get it.
I'm powering up myself.
This is how it feels. No, that's.
And then you just stand in the middle. Then you stand in the middle of the fight and you drop. Then
you
candy.
snipe it like a widow.
And you
drop candy. You drop candy, but the secretly bombs.
There you go. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
I love giving up candy. I think that's one of the best emotes that they gave out. That's one of the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so perfect for Ana.
It is. It is.
Nice.
I think Ana's one of my favorite characters, actually, in terms of just like how to play her and how funny she is. And like,
Ana's dope.
She's amazing. Like her abilities, like sleep. It's you can cancel so many people's ults with that, and it feels satisfying when you can do it. It can just destroy like the other person's sense of like you're feeling good about it. If there's a pro Genji on the team, you just let them for their ult and they can't do anything. You feel bad. They feel bad about it. It's a pretty cool ability. It's like how Res made you feel like shit like after you use it, and the enemy team's like used all their ults up, and they're like, "Are you kidding me?" It's just like it's one of those satisfying feelings. And the grenade blocking out healing. Sometimes that's what you need, and it just fricks you up. Like for Zenyatta's ultimate, it just gets basically canceled if she throws a grenade at it.
Yep.
And then if you're at a graviton, she throws it. It's just like she's actually an incredible hero that I feel like is underplayed. So just because she is actually tougher, especially when you can't communicate with your team. When to nano, that is a really tough call to make. When to nano,
you have to be able to aim. You have to,
and you have to be able to aim.
You can't not. You can't
unless you're in like total mayhem, then you can just throw grenades a lot.
Oh yeah, then you sleep everybody all the time. That's hella fun.
They changed the perma sleep though, so I'm really sad.
They did.
No, you can still do it. You can still do it.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, you can still do it.
I think the cooldowns are longer now that you can't.
No, you can't.
Resleep someone. Like they wake up before you can resleep them. They changed that again?
No, yeah, I did.
How recently did you play it?
2 days ago.
Okay, well, I haven't checked it since. So, like the last I heard, they nerfed it.
No,
but that's
good. They probably just changed it so you can't like drop somebody out of the game. Right, like you could sleep them where they would drop out of the game for being AFK,
for being active. Yeah. Oh yeah, honestly, I've seen that happen.
The best is when people try to go after you as Ana in total mayhem, and you're like, you've made a big mistake. Like, they go behind your team just so they can get you, and you're like, none of your teammates can hear you scream here.
Exactly, you're fucked.
Like you've done this to yourself.
Yep.
Other way people get mad when you do that after they've been doing that, and you're like, excuse me, I was in the right here.
Yep.
Well, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there. Where can we find you guys? What do you guys got going on this week? Until next week, what do you guys got going on? Magic Mercy, what do you got going
on? I was hoping you go to Weird Mercy first because I don't know what I'm doing.
You have a stream. You're gonna stream this weekend.
This you're right. I forgot. I forgot my own plans. Honestly,
I know all your plans.
You know
obviously.
all my plans because you're my plans.
Obviously,
you're always part of my plans. Yeah. So this weekend, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna stream on Saturday. I was gonna do a Mercy stream where I show like tips and tricks for her, such as like positioning, how to stay alive. When to do this, when to do that, what to look out for, I guess, and such. So that's going to be tomorrow when I wake up from my coma from going out tonight. And then in the evening, I'll probably still be on playing on the America server. And on Sunday, I might stream again, but I'll be playing on the EU server. So I get a chance to hang out with the cool kids over there. And yes, and then I'm going to think about the schoolwork I haven't done this week for about 2 hours.
Just
think about it. Maybe pull it out, look at it, freak out a little, and then put it back.
That's like I'm just gonna look at this real fast and then feel bad about it later.
That's the way she goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nat, what do you got going on this week?
Hopefully gonna do a stream, probably Sunday, because tomorrow is gonna be crazy for me, and I have an edit coming out this week. So
yay!
Hopefully it won't be pure poo-poo. We'll see.
It's gonna be so good. I'm so ready.
We'll see.
So the alt account challenge, I'm at level 24. I think you're at 23, right?
Rip. I think I'm at 22. You're at 24 already?
Your alternate accounts? Wait, did you make these on the weekend or something too?
No,
I think we made them last month.
Yeah. We made them on the same day. The whole idea is that we want to see reach 25 first. And obviously, I'm not going to reach 25 first. So, rip. Unless you don't play until Sunday, and then
yeah,
then
I probably
maybe.
won't play.
Yeah, give me your account info. I'll help you out.
Yes. Good.
Okay, we'll send you a PlayStation 4, and then you can help us.
Yeah, easy. You can just come. You can just come over when I'm not here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, next week. You're still up for it, right, Nat? Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are gonna meet up on Friday so we can do this the podcast live together.
Right on. Live streaming together, drunken.
Maybe you won't have a
podcast.
lag. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll include wine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, why not?
Wine not.
Exactly.
We have to be sponsored by somebody.
True Mercy main, right?
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys doing this, and it's a good time. So once you get to 10 podcasts, you're an official podcaster. Just in case you didn't know that.
Oh.
Most podcasts don't last past 10 podcasts. So if you get past 10, you're an official podcaster. You can probably put that on a resume, and nobody knows what that is.
Nice. Oh my god, I've never thought about it, trying to put all this stuff on a resume. Like the IG, YouTube stuff. But the thing is, the work that we put in our accounts is a lot,
It counts as a social media management. It counts. It's a thing.
When you're not social, but you use social media.
Yeah.
Rip. That's so us in a nutshell. Fuck. All right, guys. Well, I gotta head out because my dad just texted me saying that he's downstairs to pick me up. Okay. So thanks, Dad, for. I mean, hopefully, maybe he'll listen to the end of this. Thanks, Dad, for giving me no heads up. But yeah.
I've been here for 5 minutes. Where are you? I didn't know you were here.
Like what? What, bro? Okay. All right, I gotta head out.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, are we still here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's end the show then. Thanks for listening. Follow Gamewatch Today on Instagram. Follow Magic Mercy on Instagram. Follow Weird Mercy on Instagram.
Yeah.
Where we all have respectively good numbers of your closest friends following us. Join any one of our amazing Discords. And check out our awesome music man, Jay Kraken, on YouTube. He made the music you hear on the show. Tune in next week for more good times and no hassles for Magic Mercy, Weird Mercy, and myself, Big Fish, Snoopaloop, and good hunting to you all. Good times. We did it.
Nice. Another one done.
All right, buddy. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
No problem. I love doing it. It's really fun. I look forward to doing it every week. It's nice. Something to do, something that's I like being a part of it, to socialize, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's nice, a really calm and easy way to socialize without it being an overwhelming way of socializing, I find.
Yeah, it's socializing while talking about something
intimately,
that you like.
But publicly. Yeah, over stuff that you enjoy talking about, Yeah. And I like what you come up with, the ideas and what we talk about. So it's fun. It's really fun.
It's just taking whatever I do during the week and putting it into a conversation.
Yeah, it's what's new and everything.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
And at times it doesn't, but then you find out, where, what changes need to be made, I guess, and how to improve on it next time.
Yep.
And the fact that it doesn't bomb really, really badly, I mean, that's good.
Yeah, people still listen, so that's confusing anyway. So.
Yeah, it's nice.
So,
there's just some really incredible people out there who follow all three of us and follow all of our lives probably individually really well. And I think that's just incredible. That is so interesting and amazing.
Yeah, it's really I don't even know. It's really weird how people get attached to other people, I guess. So the attachment is, I don't know. It's weird. But I'm okay with it.
I like it. I like it. It's like having friends without having to maintain the friendship through talking with them. They just understand that when you make posts, you're talking through them. That's you don't have to talk privately in a DM because you don't have time sometimes. You're really busy, and the best you could do is just go on a podcast, talk about what's going on, or add it in a small description in a post. Of going through stuff. People who read that, I really think it's the most caring thing when people really read your stuff, they follow your stories, and I'm just like, that's really amazing. When I meet people and they're like, oh, I see them on my Discord, I see them like on my IG, and they're like, oh, we follow you YouTube too, and I'm like, holy crap, you're so involved in my life. Thank you. Like, I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't think
you
don't start off imagining that.
You're more involved in my life than I am.
Basically, it's like more about what's going on in my life, and you follow it better than I do. I honestly don't remember what happened yesterday. And then people are like, yeah, so I remember those days you did this. And I'm like, I have no clue.
That's awesome.
I think it's also great motivation to know that people care and look out. So then you're like, then I'll try harder too. I'll work on making good content. Yeah. I think it's this really nice positive cycle.
Yeah, the positive is much better than the negative. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, well, Kinder says he has no life, so I guess it's time to go. Kinder, you have to come on the show again.
You do, yeah, I do. He does. Now that you said that you turned it to the for the age groups, right? Did you say?
Yeah, I changed all the.
Changed it to the show to explicit, so now we can say whatever we want. Yep. Oh, it's gonna open brand new doors. I always try to be more safe and everything about
you don't have to
myself, but I don't. I'm not even that kind of person. In real life, I'm not kid friendly. I like kids. I like talking to kids. I think they're cool. But I'm like, man, I can't not swear. I'm always just swearing about stuff.
Yeah.
I just like talking about drinking and going out, and I'm like, oh my goodness, kids, don't listen.
Listen away. Earmuffs.
Earmuff, young ones. Earmuffs.
Yep. So,
this is water. It's not what you think.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, kids.
Well, have a good time going out and try to have a better week. And
Thanks.
We'll
yeah.
Talk to you next Friday.
For sure. Have a good night and have a good week.
You too. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. That's it. Chat, I'm out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out. I'm going to end this. It gets really weird. It's really weird. Stopping.